Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series of the week that was college football history and review, the 1967 college football season. I'll be going over the recap of the games that were played on October 21st, 1967. This is week 6. Let's get into it. October 21st, 1967, week 6. Penn State defeated West Virginia by a score of 21-14 as Nick Lyons won their 10th straight over neighboring West Virginia. Sophomore halfback Charlie Pittman, who had 137 yards rushing on 24 carries, put minds at ease of a big homecoming crowd that might have fretted over the absence of starting halfback Bobby Campbell out with an injury. So Mountaineers had struck in first quarter as quarterback Tom DeGore, Tom DeGone passed 6 yards to end Jim Smith for a 6-yard touchdown after sophomore wide receiver Oscar Patrick slipped behind Lions defensive back Tim Montgomery 52-yard catch. Penn State would roll to 214 yards rushing, came back in the second quarter with 2 touchdowns. Fullback Dan Luchik 2-yard run and fullback Don Abbey's 6-yard reception from quarterback Tom Sherman when the West Virginia kicker Emo Shupak lifted short kickoff to open second half. Pittman dashed up to his 17-yard line, kept his momentum straight upfield, and cut to the sideline past midfield to race 83 yards for a non-touch touchdown. Sub Mountaineers quarterback Garland Hudson lofted 26-yard touchdown pass in the fourth quarter to Patrick, but it was not enough. William and Mary beat Navy 27-16. Navy's longtime punching bag William and Mary fell behind 16-0, faced like the 13th straight loss to Navy, despite permitting only single scoring drive. But Navy jumped down foes early as Indians halfback Chip Young messed up opening kickoff return and was failed in end zone for safety. Limiting 75 yards to first quarter touchdown, quarterback John Cartwright and defensive back Rick Bayer had 48 yards interception touchdown return. So in the third quarter, trial quarterback Dan Dara marshaled pass attack, scoring on a 1-yard run and connecting on 2 touchdown throws. William and Mary wide receiver Steve Slotnick caught winning 51-yard aerial with less than 4 minutes left, and wingback Terry Morton added late unnecessary touchdown after Navy bobbled kickoff on own 19-yard line. Clemson beat Duke 13-7. South Carolina beat Virginia 24-23. In a battle of 2 top 10 teams, number 6 Alabama lost to number 7 Tennessee 24-13. Led by third-string quarterback Bubba Weich, Volunteers sternly ended 25-game unbeaten streak of Alabama as Weich took Volunteers 67 yards to tailback Walter Chadwick's 1-yard touchdown at the opening kickoff. Crimson Tide quarterback Ken Stabler threw 15 of 32 for 154 yards, but he threw 5 interceptions, including 3 by Volunteers defensive back Albert Dorsey. Still, Stabler tied it at 7-7 on an 8-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, so punter Steve Davis' booming punts for Bama briefly short-circuited in third quarter when his 21-yard punt became key laps. Tennessee quickly scored after 2 passes from Weiss to wingback Richmond Fowler's kicker Carl Krimpser added 47-yard field goal for a 17-7 lead as the third quarter ended. Volunteers nearly gave it away as side defensive back Mike Dean picked off pass to help slice margin to 17-13, but Dorsey sealed Bama fate with 31-yard interception touchdown return with 1:20 to play. Indiana beat Michigan 27-20. Minnesota shut out Michigan State 21-0. Oregon State upset number 2 Purdue 22-14. Oregon State was unimpressed by its 20-point underdog status and 9-game winning streak that was owned by number 2 Purdue. Although Beavers quarterback Steve Priest was a useful runner, he passed only 4 for 16 for 68 yards and 3 interceptions, but Priest hit early 18-yard touchdown to end Roger Cantlin. Boilermaker struck back on halfback Leroy Keys 21-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, but were hard-pressed to finally wrest 14-10 lead late in the third quarter as Key scored again on a 7-yard run. After Oregon State trimmed it to 14-13, defensive lineman Jeff Lewis fell on his second important fumble recovery in the fourth quarter. Eagles fullback Bill Earthquake Enyart soon followed a go-ahead 4-yard touchdown run. Kicker Mike Haggard kicked his third field goal to extend Oregon State lead to 8 points. Purdue quarterback Mike Phipps threw 17-35, 167 yards, but suffered 3 damaging interceptions. Number 4, Colorado defeated Nebraska 21-16. Stampeding Buffaloes tied Oklahoma 46-7 winners over Kansas State atop Big 8 standings. Upset for second straight week. The Hunters were pointed toward their first mediocre record since 3-6-1 mark of 1961. Nebraska quarterback Frank Patrick threw first quarter touchdown pass to wingback Ben Gregory, but suffered miserable fate of having 2 interceptions run back for touchdowns. Patrick's back-breaking interception came with a score at 7-7 in the second quarter. Buffalo's defensive back Dick Anderson grabbed Patrick's pass at own 38-yard line, was hemmed in after a 17-yard return when he flipped lateral to defensive end Mike Veeder, who charged remaining 45 yards. 2 touchdowns. That put number 4 Colorado in lead for good. Texas defeated Arkansas 21-12. Texas A&M shut out Texas Christian 20-0. Rice beat Southern Methodist 14-10. And finally, UCLA, the number 3 team in the country, beat Stanford 21-16. While number 1 USC overcame stubborn Washington 23-6 with 16 points in the fourth quarter at Seattle, UCLA survived 2 late upset threats by Stanford. Bruins scored touchdowns in each of opening 3 quarters, rumbling 78, 52, and 80 yards. Quarterback Gary Bevan scored on runs of 11, 3 yards. Meanwhile, scrappy Stanford hung around, tying it at 7-7 on quarterback Chuck Williams' 39 yards pass to halfback Bill Shoemaker, taking 10-7 second quarter lead at the linebacker Pat Preston's interception set up kicker Shoemaker's 27-yard field goal after fullback Jack Root's touchdown brought Indians to within 21-16 in fourth quarter. They lost interception at Bruins' 18-yard line and misfired on end zone pass in the last 3 seconds. Thanks to Oregon State's upset of number 2 Purdue, UCLA joined crosstown rival Trojans as the nation's top-rated teams in Monday's AP poll. Speaking of AP poll, as of October 23rd, UCLA was number 2, number 1 was USC, Southern California, number 2 was UCLA, number 3 Colorado, number 4 Tennessee, number 5 North Carolina State, Georgia number 6, number 7 Purdue, number 8 Wyoming, number 9 Houston, and number 10 Indiana. So it includes a look at the week that was, college sports in review, the games that were played on week 6 of October 21st, 1967. To reveal this magnitude, do this video on the magnitude of this subject matter, the college football history, tomorrow, real soon. Until then, talk to you soon. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Deeply appreciate it. Talk to you soon.